Alright, here we go. What's going on, everybody? So I am here today because we're going to be doing our own mock draft of the NBA draft. I've got this lovely website, tradenba.com. We're basing it off of ESPN's draft board. You can do CBS, ESPN, some other ones. This is the one I chose to go with. And I'm going to start this whole entire thing off with an apology. If my camera in my picture is delayed with what I'm saying, I'm so sorry. I've spent 20 minutes trying to figure this out. I just wanted to make a mock draft video because I've never done one of these before, and the NBA draft is today, so bear with me, please. But anyways, so we're starting off. It's going to tell me here who we've got ranked here, who we got on the first, or who's on the clock, salary cap, what they need for positions. It's got the whole draft board here, so we've got everything. So, and if you can hear dogs barking in the background, again, I apologize. My dog whines at literally everything, so that's probably going to be heard within the video. Anyways, the reason why my camera is delayed too is because I'm trying to do this in 4K. Now that I have a 4K monitor, I can actually edit a video in 4K. So we're going to see if that works. If not, so it's all good. But anyways, so without further ado, the first overall pick, I'm projecting the Minnesota Timberwolves to take Anthony Edwards. It just makes the most sense. Shooting guard going first. So next up with the second pick, is the Warriors. Warriors really need a power forward and a center, hence why I'm having them with James Wiseman. Now we get to the third overall pick in the Hornets. This could go either way. Right now, they got Batum on a 1-year option. I mean, they could really toss that contract out the window if they wanted to. They should, but I feel like they won't. They got Devontae Graham. Their point guards are a little bit low. Not really a whole lot there. Devontae Graham and Terry Rozier, that's about it. So LaMelo would be a good choice here, but I don't know. I feel like, actually no, because next up is the Bulls. Yeah, no. You know, I think I'm going to take LaMelo to the Hornets. I think LaMelo going to Charlotte would actually make sense. Well, hang on, let me think about it. LaMelo going third. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe they take somebody like Onyeka Okongwu. Honestly, maybe they do. I'm thinking maybe that's what they might end up doing. I don't know though, because they got Cody Zeller, and I feel like they've got a lot of confidence in Cody Zeller. And they could bring back Bismack, so we're gonna take LaMelo Ball. The fourth pick, because the Bulls wouldn't take a point guard, because I know it says that they're severe needing, but they've got Kobe White, and I'm pretty sure Chris Dunn will probably end up coming back to the Bulls, I think. In that case, I have the Bulls, honestly, like, hopefully not picking up Otto Porter's option and taking Denny, because Denny wouldn't drop any farther. And this one I've already nailed down. Cleveland's going to be taking Obi Toppin, I'm almost positive. It makes the most sense. And then number 6, Atlanta. So Atlanta has Trae Young. They're pretty decent at every other position, but I feel like one move that they could make that would be very cool and very awesome, like just perfect. So Tyrese Halliburton, the dude out of Oshkosh, Wisconsin represent, played his ball at Iowa State. Dude, 6'5", 6'8" wingspan, good shooter, good passer, great basketball IQ. I think he could be a good complement alongside Trae Young. Run him at the 2, run Trae Young at the 1, obviously, and then have Hunter come off the bench. Run Cam Reddish at the 3, have Herter come off the bench. Figure something out, you know. But yeah, I see Tyrese going to the Hawks. With the 7th pick, we got the Pistons. The Pistons are in need of a big man. I'm already getting them with Onyeka Okongwu. Makes the most sense. Dude's a beast. Now we got the 8th pick, the Knicks. The Knicks need help, honestly, everywhere. I mean, RJ Barrett's not bad, so it's like a toss-up. Mitchell Robinson's a good center. Taj Gibson and Julius Randle should not be listed as centers. Yikes. Man, I don't even know. I would hate for them to take another point guard, because they take a point guard like every year and it never pans out. Hence Dennis Smith. Wait, no, he was a Mavericks pick. Who was the Frank was the one they took. So I'm honestly gonna just have them grabbing like maybe a shooting guard. I don't know. They have RJ Barrett. Yeah, actually they need small forward help. I don't know what this mild thing means. What do you mean mild? Who do they have as their small? Reggie Bullock? And Ignat? Nah. I got them taking a Koro. That would be the best deal for them. 9th overall, Wizards. Obviously, okay, I'm honestly kind of starting to think that this is screwed. They got John Wall and Ish Smith. I think they're pretty much set for point guards. They got Bongo, who could play like 4 positions. So they have an interesting team. They got a lot of cap holds. They got a lot of salary being dumped somewhere. They have 7 million cap space. So I see them taking a big man here. I'm not sure though. It's very possible they don't, but it's very possible they do. The next best center on the board is Isaiah Stewart from Washington. So I don't know. Maybe they don't. Maybe they go ahead and they take Patrick Williams. Maybe that's what they do. 10th overall pick with the Suns. Now, do they have this pick? Or is this like a pick going to the Thunder? I did not do my research on this. But looking at the Suns roster here, the Suns have a lot of pieces already now that they acquired Chris Paul. They lost Oubre, they lost Rubio, and they lost... What else did they lose? I forgot. It was some... I think it was some young guy. They need everything, though. A severe point guard? What? Yeah, Chris Paul could use a nice backup, but I think this team needs a small forward, and I've been saying it since Chris Paul got traded there, because I'm a huge Chris Paul fan. Most of you that watch my channel, you know that. They're gonna need someone to step up at small forward or move Booker to the small forward, but I think Booker fits off better as a shooting guard. The best small forward available is Aaron Nesmith. I'm so sorry if I'm butchering that, but I say that the Suns take Aaron. I say they do. Best option for a pick for them. Number 11 pick. Spurs. They got DeJounte Murray and Derek White for point guard, so they won't necessarily need one. Power forward, they got Rudy Gay and Trey Lyles. Who knows how long they're gonna hold around. So I say they go out and they take Precious, because they'll need a big man. 12th pick, Kings. Kings are looking to shop Buddy Hield. He doesn't want to be there anymore, I hear. They just recently acquired Ersan Ilyasova, DJ Wilson, and Dante DiVincenzo from the Bucks. So I'm gonna say no for a shooting guard for them. Guard in general, really, I'm gonna say no for. But it's the Kings, so I feel like they're gonna make some sort of weird move. So I'm gonna have the Kings taking Killian Hayes with this pick. The 13th overall pick, the Pelicans, who have just recently acquired Eric Bledsoe and George Hill in a trade. Who knows if they keep George Hill? I don't know what they're gonna do, but they lost Drew Holiday, so they're gonna probably be looking for a shooting guard. I have them taking Devin Vassell at this pick. And by the way, I'm sorry if I'm butchering names. I didn't get too big into college basketball this year. There's only a select few people I know, so I apologize in advance. Alright, so Boston, they need power forward and center according to this. Yeah, I ain't considering Gordon Hayward a power forward, not by any means. Jason Tatum, yeah. Then you got Cantor and Tice. Yeah, I'd say power forward would be an option. Definitely not center. I feel like they got a lot of big men. So I'm going to say the Celtics go and they take Sadiq Bey out of Villanova. You got the Orlando Magic up with the 15th pick. Point guard, they got Markelle Fultz, and they got no one. Okay, well, they have Carter Williams and Augustine, but they're cap holds, and I'm pretty sure they're gone. So, they have negative cap space, so yeah, I'm guessing they're probably going to want to draft a shooting guard here, or point guard. We're going to have them taking RJ Hampton. 16th overall pick, the Rockets. I honestly don't know what's going to happen with the Russell Westbrook, James Harden situation. And this team is not a team that likes to run with big men. Clearly, we saw that the past year. So they're going to go out and draft Tyrese Maxey is my guess. 17th overall pick, Timberwolves. They got the first pick in this draft. They took Anthony Edwards. So that's their shooting guard out of the way. I wish it would show me on here that I did that. That would be cool. But yeah, small forward, power forward, around that range. Jalen Smith, best option I see at this pick. 18th overall pick, Dallas Mavericks. They need a center. Not really any good centers available at this moment, other than Isaiah Stewart. But I don't see them going that low. Who do they have? Luka in the point, right? Yeah. So I honestly can think that this team would probably just take a pick in the shot in the dark. You know, Mark Cuban, you know how he's those foreign guys, foreign forwards and stuff like that. So I'm gonna have him taking Alexei from Serbia. 19th overall pick, you got the Brooklyn Nets. Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant, pretty much the centerpiece of this team. Spencer Dinwiddie's holding it down though too. So you got some guys here, power forward and center. I have them taking Jaden McDaniels at this pick. You got the Heat here. Miami Heat are an interesting team. They got Goran Dragic leading the helmet to 1. Kendrick Nunn backing up. Not sure if Dragic's still actually on the team. This cap hold thing doesn't really make sense to me. I'm sorry, I'm not the smartest person. But I see them taking a guard here. They're going to go with Kira Lewis Jr. out of Alabama. 21st pick, Philadelphia 76ers. They've still got basically the same squad. I feel like they're just going to take whoever's top available on the board, and at this moment, it's going to be Cole Anthony. Denver Nuggets, they got Jamal Murray, point guard situation locked down. Shooting guard, Gary Harris. They're a pretty solid team again, like the last team we just had. 76ers, jeez. So, again, I feel like they're just going to take what's available. They'll run with Josh Green from Arizona. 23rd pick in the overall in the draft. The Utah Jazz. Power forward needs pretty big, it looks like. Joe Ingles is going to run the power forward. Not going to happen. Same with Georges Niang. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'm so sorry. So, I'm going to guess they're probably going to go and they're going to look big. So, power forward, we're going to take Tyler Bay with this pick. 24th overall pick, the New Orleans Pelicans, the one that they got from the Bucks. So this is actually updated, thank goodness. So the Pelicans, okay, so we took Devin Vassell, so they got the shooting guard. They're probably going to look maybe big man. We'll go Isaiah Stewart with this pick. 25th overall pick, Thunder. They lost Chris Paul. They got Ricky Rubio back. Shai could run the 1, but who knows what they're going to do. So let's say they take a shot in the dark and they want another point guard. They'll take Theo from France. Next up, the Celtics. We took Sadiq Bey. So I'm pretty sure Sadiq Bey is a power forward. Yep, so they got their power forward pick before. Another big man, Xavier Tillman out of Michigan State. Honestly, the way I see it is I don't think they're going to pick a guard. I really think they might go big. Or like Robert Woodard. I actually, small forward's pretty locked up. We're going to go with Udoka Azubuike. I think he's probably going to go pretty high. Relatively high for the first round. New York Knicks, they need everything again. We took Isaac Okoro. I'll have them taking Nico Mannion in this pick. 28th overall, Thunder. They picked. I had Maldon with the 25th pick, so I'm gonna have them just sliding in here and taking Robert Woodard. Raptors at the 29th overall pick. They need pretty much everything except shooting guard. It says, according to this. At power forward, they don't need. Yeah, I can see them needing a point guard, especially if they don't keep Fred VanVleet around. However, I'm going to have them taking the center here because Marcus Hall is not on the team. He is playing in Spain this year, so we're going to have them pulling with Xavier Tillman out of Michigan State. Boston, they got Azubuike and Sadiq Bey. Again, top pick available. We're going to take Leandro Bolmaro from Argentina. And this is what we got for the first round. So, just to go over everything. I know I did this a little bit, maybe a little bit fast, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't do a whole lot of research when it came to this. Like, probably the top 15 is probably the best that I know, but like, if you look at the rosters and you look at if you look at how teams have played and you look at how like drafts have gone, this is what I see as the most ideal situation for each team. So we got Anthony Edwards going first overall to the Timberwolves, a guy that doesn't like basketball type being the first overall pick. Will this be another Anthony Bennett situation? It's in the first name, you never know. James Wiseman, number 2 overall pick to the Warriors. They always need a big man. They got one right there. He can stretch the floor, he can play the paint. What else do you need? The Hornets with LaMelo Ball. LaMelo's a good dude. Good kid. Dude. Person. He's got it in him. He can do it, I think. We'll hope. We'll see what happens. Denny, this dude is amazing. Like, I felt bad making him the 4th. I would have him 3rd, but I don't see the Hornets needing him. Maybe if there was like a trade up somewhere, he'd be going 3rd, but Denny on the Bulls is a good solid pick for me, I'd say. Obi to the Cavs. Yeah, that's pretty obvious. They don't really have a 4 there. Even if they keep Tristan Thompson around or Kevin Love, whatever they do. I don't know if Drummond's going to stay around, so I think Obi Toppin's is a nice pick there. Tyrese. I've watched Tyrese in college, so I know how he plays. I watched his highlights. He's good at driving to the hoop, good shooter, good all-around player. He knows how to space the floor. He knows how to pass the ball. He's got good court vision. I think he's got what it takes to be a good point guard. But with Trae Young being there, even if Tyrese can't play point guard, have him play shooting guard, have him take the ball up a few times. Do what you got to do. But this kid can run the floor, and it's going to be pretty crazy if him and Trae Young are on the same team. Onyeka Okongwu, I'm sorry if I'm butchering the name. I didn't watch much of his highlights, but he looked pretty good. Honestly, that would probably be the best situation for the Pistons right now, is a big man to complement Blake Griffin. Christian Wood's there, but who knows if they're going to keep him. He might send himself somewhere else, or he might get traded. Dude had a really good year last year, so. Isaac Okoro, the Knicks need anything at this point. I think he'd help them tremendously. Patrick Williams, don't know a lot about him, but all I know is that the Wizards were rocking with John Wall and Bradley Beal, having a guy at that 3 spot to put move Hachimura over to the 4, and I don't know whoever their 5 is, but I think that could be a pretty interesting squad as well. Aaron Nesmith going to the Suns. This is what I would love to see this. Either him or Patrick Williams or Okoro going here, because they need a small forward. Like they gotta get someone. I think this would be a solid snag for the Suns. I'm not Precious Achua. I don't know how to say this last name. I'm so sorry. We have him going to the Spurs. Spurs could use a power forward. Who knows how long Rudy Gay is going to stay around, and who knows what's going to happen with that team. Killian Hayes going to the Kings. Dude, I honestly don't even know if the Kings are even going to use this pick. If they do, they're probably going to take one of these 4. I'm not entirely sure who, but someone. Number 13, we got Devin Vassell going to the Pelicans. Makes the most sense. They just lost a shooting guard. Who knows if Bledsoe and Lonzo are going to play on the floor together at the same time. If they do, that's going to be very interesting to watch, and I don't know how it's going to work. But, you know, I'm not the Pelicans coach, so I don't know. Sadiq Bey going to 14th pick to the Celtics. They could use big man. I don't think they played Tyson Cantor on the floor at the same time last year. And I think Tatum played the 4. So with this, Tatum can go back to the 3. Jaylen Brown can go back to the 2. And they could run Kemba at the 1 like they had. Marcus Smart could come off the bench. You know, something like that. I don't know. That just seems ideal to me if they want to use him as a starter. Or he could come off the bench as well. I got RJ Hampton going to the Magic. The Magic's point guard situation is kind of weird to me. Markelle Fultz has kind of made his name, but with like Carter Williams and Augustine, if they are still somehow coming back, it's gonna be weird. Like, I just don't understand how it's gonna work. He is 6'5", so he probably could play the 2, but however they plan on using him if they take him. Tyrese Maxey going to the Rockets. Dude, who knows if Harden's staying? If Harden stays, then probably not. But if Harden does not stay, then I can definitely see this happening. But they could also be potentially acquiring this 19th pick as well if they do that. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if he goes to the Nets. I don't know what he's going to do. Number 17, we got Jalen Smith, the sophomore power forward out of Maryland, going to the Timberwolves. Now, I'm just thinking about this here. Can you imagine the Timberwolves getting Anthony Edwards and Jalen Smith, two of the biggest names in this draft? Not saying Jalen Smith is one of the bigger names in this draft, but he's a big name in this draft. If you got both of those guys on the court as rookies, man, that seems pretty lethal to me. I'm honestly not even gonna try and pronounce this guy's name. I think it's Alexei something or another. Like I said before, Mark Cuban, when it comes to drafting these foreign white guys, as awful as that sounds, I saw a thing about this today. I think it was like a TikToker on Twitter or something. It seems to be a trend. So, I mean, Dirk Nowitzki, Luka, Kristaps, didn't draft him, but got him. I think they counted Boban on there as well, but yeah. And then number 19, we got Jaden McDaniels going to the Nets. I thought about this after I did it. I forgot they have Jarrett Allen and DeAndre Jordan, but we'll see how that ends up playing out next year. I don't know how they're going to run. So if both of those guys are still there, maybe he doesn't get drafted. Who knows? To the Nets, sorry. Number 20, we got Kira Lewis Jr. going to the Heat. It's possible. I don't really know what the Heat are going to plan on doing for a point guard situation. Obviously, I'm pretty sure they should bring back Dragic, but if they don't, go out and grab one. Number 21, 76ers, we got Cole Anthony going to the 76ers. I feel like he's going to fall. I feel like he will fall either this far or farther. I had thought that he was projected to be top 14, lottery pick easy, towards the beginning of the year, but from the reports that I've been seeing, he's not been in the top 14, not even the top 20. So, I would not be surprised if he falls this far. And I'm gonna be honest, from here on out, I don't really know a whole lot about the rest of these guys. Number 22, we got Josh Green going to the Nuggets. I feel like they could use help at shooting guard. We'll see what happens, what kind of rotation they run, but it's hit or miss. So you don't know. And then number 23, we got Tyler Bay going to the Jazz. Again, they need power forward help potentially. Someone to come off the bench, someone to give them some utilization off the bench, whatever they need. Works good. Number 24, we got Isaiah Stewart going to the Pelicans. They haven't really had. Who did they have for center last year? I think their center was it Favors? I think their center was Favors last year because they have Zion, I think, ran the 4, but yeah. And then after that, we got Theo Maledon going to the Thunder, point guard out of France. I feel like they're just going to take somebody at this point just to play point guard because they're going to need someone. It could be either Theo or Nico, honestly. We got number 26, we got Isaac Beakey going to the Celtics. Hey, if they don't use him, if they don't take him, they're taking Robert Woodard. I'm not entirely sure what they plan on doing with this pick, going center or going forward. It's got to be one of the two, though. I don't think they're going to go guard here. Number 27, we got Nico Mannion to the Knicks. Knicks pick point guards a lot. I could see him going there. I guess. We'll see what happens. I don't really know. I don't have much expert opinion on that one. Robert Woodard, honestly don't know who he is. These last three guys, I don't know who they are. Robert Woodard, Thunder needed a small forward. That's all I got for that one. Xavier Tillman, the Raptors could use a center with Marc Gasol leaving. So Xavier Tillman was the best option available. And number 30, Leandro Balmero. He was the best guy available at the time. So I just figured the Celtics are going to just pick him up. Or maybe they got something in the bag. I don't know. But that's what I got for first round. I'm not going to do a second round one because I don't really know much of the people left. So thank you guys for watching this. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope I get somewhat close to what ends up coming in the draft tonight. So thank you guys for watching, and hopefully this video isn't too bad. I hope the quality is okay. So, see you later.